This is THV 11 News at 6.
And on this Thursday, a state of emergency now in effect for Arkansas. The governor making the declaration just hours before nearly the entire state gets upgraded to a winter storm warning.
We're now just about 24 hours away from the start of a high-impact event. And Chief Meteorologist Tom Brannon starts us off with what we need to know.
Yeah, guys, good afternoon, and here's the latest on what you need to know. Yeah, the winter storm warning in effect. That's going to go through Sunday. Bitterly cold temperatures through Monday. We've extended the weather impact alert all the way through Monday. So even if we get precipitation, whether it is freezing rain, sleet, or snow, the bigger concern is going to be the colder air coming in behind it and how long it's going to stick around, how long it's going to stay, and how long you got to stream those pipes and take care of your pets and others around you. This is a pretty dangerous next several days. Major winter storm is going to provide significant snow, sleet, and freezing rain accumulations, of which I will share in just a few minutes. Coldest air of the season arrives not soon after, and really during the event, the coldest air is going to be moving in. Again, there are the counties, all of Arkansas, under some type of warning. The pink is magenta colored is winter storm warning. You've got the ice storm warning in southeast Arkansas. Ashley and Chico County expecting mainly freezing rain with sleet. You get up to central, it's sleet, heavy at times, some freezing rain possible. It's mainly snow with sleet in northern Arkansas, and some big accumulation amounts are expected here over the northern part of the state. Let me run you through what one of our high-res models is indicating. When does it all begin? This is 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, close to central Arkansas by 7, and then overspreading by 11 o'clock with a mixed bag of precipitation. Got the accumulation expectations coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Tom. That sleet snow line is going to be crucial to how the weekend unfolds. That's the reason why Tom and our whole weather team will be streaming on and off throughout the rest of the week and weekend.
Yeah, Tom's going to be on THV 11 Plus tomorrow, 2:30. Catch us up on where things stand before the winter weather arrives. Now, the companies responsible for keeping the lights on and the water running, they are preparing in ways big and small as the clock ticks down.
THV 11's Carter Thweet spoke with several of them today. He joins us live now with how they're staying ready. Carter?
Brooke, Rowley, you're seeing a great example of staying ready right behind me. These Entergy trucks are ready to leave from Little Rock and go wherever in the state they may be needed, and they're not the only ones.
We're more densely populated, more densely located, so it's a little easier for us in that regard. We're not having to go way out into the county to try to deal with those kinds of issues.
CEO Brett Carroll says that makes things easier for Conway Corp, which is in charge of electricity, water, internet, and more for the city of Conway. But even though they're only serving one place, the folks at this brand new operations center have to be ready for anything.
We do water, wastewater, and telecommunications, so if we have outages, everybody in those departments is really working for and serving the electric department.
Utility companies that cover areas across the state have to be ready to travel long distances. Summit Utilities Manager of Operations Brittany Kirk says it's taking a proactive approach.
We will have personnel staged all throughout the region to help our emergency response times and to make it so that we can get to the emergencies as quickly as possible by strategically locating our people throughout.
And it's not just workers, supplies matter just as much, like at this warehouse for the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, which has a presence in all but one of Arkansas's counties.
Making sure our inventory is stocked up with poles and transformers and nuts and bolts and conductor and all the other materials that are needed.
All three companies say if you have a problem, reach out. Road conditions and other emergencies may slow response times, but they want to respond as soon as they can.
Our technicians will be responding to emergency orders only, but our customer care team will be available to answer your calls or any questions that you may have over the phone.
And a couple of tips for you that were stressed to me today. You may have heard them before, but make sure you stay away from those downed power lines. And if you smell natural gas, it smells like rotting eggs, make sure you get out of that area and give your local gas provider a call. They'll get it handled. In Little Rock, I'm Carter Thweet reporting.
Carter, thank you. Now, as the power stays on, many still might be turning to other ways to keep warm. Space heaters, common way to augment the regular heating system. But that's also, they bring potential hazards if they're not used or placed properly.
The North Little Rock Fire Department says be cautious of where you put them. Check for potential hazards near the appliance.
And whatever you're doing, if you're using a space heater, electrical space heater, make sure you don't run that extension cord underneath the rug or anything like that. And you really, to be honest, if you can plug it directly into an outlet or use a heavy enough extension cord should you use it.
Also a good reminder that emergency crews have to get through no matter what the roads are showing like tomorrow and over the weekend, so give them space if you see them out on the roads.
Another concern tonight, making sure people stuck in their homes get properly fed.
Yeah, Meals on Wheels, local food banks, they're all rushing to get food to seniors right now, and as THV11's Tanya Motorzitsky found out today, they need help.
As Arkansas prepares for a powerful storm, local nonprofits are working to prevent another crisis this weekend, senior hunger.
Arkansas has one of the highest rates of senior hunger in the nation.
With roads expected to get dangerous, organizations like Meals on Wheels are delivering extra food while they can.
We go into the next few days with people having to prepare ahead. If you're food insecure, that becomes even more of a challenge to buy groceries for a week at a time. The ability to get back and forth to the grocery store is impacted more than normal with the roads conditions and things like that. So Meals on Wheels is important all year round, especially in our community, but especially times like these.
Michelle Gilbert with CareLink says Meals on Wheels recipients receive shelf-stable boxes in Novembers with non-perishables for emergencies like this.
They've got access to those foods if the power were to go out and they're not able to cook something like that.
Over at the Arkansas Food Bank, volunteers usually make senior box deliveries on Saturdays, but the winter storm is forcing them to move it up to Friday. The only problem with that is there are now 70 seniors who need a volunteer to deliver their boxes.
And a lot of those folks are depending on that food. And so let's think about our elders. Let's think about people who, through no fault of their own, are food insecure and really need this, especially for this weekend.
Little Rock, Tanya Motorzitsky, THV 11 News.
Tanya, thank you. Remember, one of the 3 P's we check on in storms like this is people, so try to keep an eye on your neighbors if you can.
Yeah, and if you'd like to help deliver meals to seniors tomorrow, you can head to thv11.com for more information.
State police are urging you to stay off the roads as much as possible over the next couple days, but RDOT is treating the roads to make them safe for those who do have to travel.
Yeah, and if that includes you, the troopers have a few reminders. Make sure you increase the distance between you and other drivers. Avoid sudden steering, acceleration, or braking, and, of course, slow down.
When you get these winter weather events, you really have to concentrate more on your driving than you would normally. Reduce those distractions inside the vehicle. That speed limit is posted for ideal conditions. Well, this weekend is not going to be ideal conditions, so that speed limit really means nothing. You should be driving much lower than that speed limit. If you're driving the speed limit, you're driving too fast.
They also recommend having an emergency kit with you just in case. You should include some bottled water, food, an ice scraper, gloves, boots, a phone charger, and a flashlight with extra batteries.
We're not alone when it comes to this winter storm. It's covering a huge part of the country, and that means air travel figures to be tough. Here at Clinton National Airport, officials say crews are on standby around the clock, monitoring conditions and using specialized equipment to keep runways, taxiways, and terminal areas clear. It goes without saying, but make sure to check directly with your airline for flight updates. And remember, you won't be able to rush to the airport, so give yourself extra time.
Well, tonight, a state trooper's been fired after a chase on Interstate 630 that ended with the wrong driver being stopped. The mix-up happened Sunday night. State police clocked 38-year-old Johnny Williams going 92 in a 60. The trooper pulled him over, but when asked to step out of the car, Williams allegedly refused and took off. During the pursuit, the trooper mistakenly conducted a tactical vehicle maneuver on an uninvolved driver. No one was hurt, and Williams later turned himself in. Let's give you a live look right now here in Little Rock, where Mayor Frank Scott Jr. is getting set to give his State of the City address. We expect to hear the mayor lay out his priorities for the year and celebrate recent successes. Last year, Mayor Scott focused on reducing violent crime and called public housing a public health issue, pushing city leaders to do more with limited resources. We're going to see if he follows up on those priorities with coverage tonight.
Today, the Arkansas School for the Deaf and Blind topped off its new building by placing the last beam in the roof. It will house K-12 classrooms, a culinary space, music room, 2 courtyards, a tornado shelter, and more. It's the first building built on the campus since the 70s. The school's superintendent says this has been in the works for a long time, and students are going to benefit from having this new and improved learning space.
Our students were learning in not optimal conditions, and our teachers were teaching in not optimal conditions. So this project represents not only an opportunity for our students to have a new building, but truly a state-of-the-art building that brings them into the 21st century to prepare them for the workforce, to prepare them for life after school, and that just cannot be, value cannot be put on that.
Arkansas Department of Education Secretary Jacob Oliva says a deaf and blind architect helped make this school what it needs to be in order to best serve all the students.
This time tomorrow night, we may be looking at the leading edge of wintry precipitation moving in to parts of western Arkansas. Weather impact alert days Friday through Monday now. An impactful winter storm developing pretty much on top of us will bring freezing rain, sleet, and a lot of snow. I'll walk you through the accumulation possibilities after the break.